Here are the answers and explanations to ovarian cyst ultrasound quiz challenge 2. So let's start with question 1. So we had this type of a cyst there, which is anechoic. What is the most likely diagnosis? A. Endometrioma. B. Hemorrhagic ovarian cyst. C. Simple ovarian cyst. And then D. Dermoid cyst. So you can see that this cyst is anechoic. So the answer is C. Simple ovarian cyst. Explanation: a simple ovarian cyst is anechoic, thin smooth walls. Listen here, thin smooth walls, because if the walls are thick, it can also be a corpus luteum cyst. No septations, posterior acoustic enhancement, and no internal vascularity. So these are the characteristic features of a simple ovarian cyst. So those are the things that you have to look into before you just jump in and say this is a simple cyst. Question number 2, we have got this lesion that we have here, which ovarian cyst typically demonstrate this appearance. You see this appearance that we are having there, that's the reticular pattern that we are having there. A. Dermoid cyst. B. Para-ovarian cyst. C. Simple cyst. D. Hemorrhagic ovarian cyst. So our answer is D, which is the hemorrhagic ovarian cyst. So that's a hemorrhagic cyst. The explanation: typical findings include reticular or the fishnet-less fibrin strands. So these are the fibrin strands, the fishnet there, the fibrin strands from the blood there. That is what is called the fishnet appearance. Fine internal echoes, and then no internal blood flow. Good throat transmission. That's why we are having posterior acoustic enhancement there. There's enhancement there posteriorly. So that is the characteristics hemorrhagic ovarian cyst. Question number 3. The classic ground glass appearance is most characteristics of. So this is the ground glass appearance that we have in this cyst there, this one, this one, this one. A. Corpus luteum. B. Dermoid cyst. C. Endometrioma. D. Hydrosalpinx. So the correct answer is C, which is an endometrioma. Here's the explanation. Endometriomas show homogeneous low-level echoes, ground glass appearance, thick wall, usually little or no internal vascularity. So there can be little to no internal vascularity in a characteristic dermoid endometrioma, which is the chocolate cyst. There's a endometrioma there. So question number 4, which pathology commonly demonstrates the tip of the iceberg? So you can see here we have got a lesion. Here you can see here what we have here. You can see there. So A. Endometrioma. B. Hemorrhagic cyst. C. Simple cyst. D. Dermoid cyst. So this is the rocking tusk nodule that we have. The rocking tusk nodule there with posterior acoustic shadows there. So answer is D, which is a dermoid cyst. Explanation: dermoid cyst features echogenic mural nodule, which is called the rocking tusk nodule, hair and fat shadowing tip of the iceberg sign, and the rocking tusk nodule. So that's the characteristic features of a typical dermoid cyst. Question number 5. Which cyst demonstrates the classic ring of fire on Doppler? So this is the ring of fire that we have there. That's the characteristic ring of fire there. A. Follicular cyst. B. Para-ovarian cyst. C. Corpus luteum cyst. D. Dermoid cyst. So which is the best response there? Which one is the best response, which gives us the ring of fire configuration? Answer is C. This is a corpus luteum cyst. Explanation: corpus luteum cysts typically show thick crenulated walls, peripheral hypervascularity, and ring of fire appearance. Internal hemorrhage may also be present within the corpus luteum cyst. So this is a characteristic corpus luteum cyst. The other type of cyst that can also resemble a corpus luteum cyst is a gestational sac of pregnancy. When there is an ectopic ovarian ectopic pregnancy, it resembles the same. But the main difference is the ectopic pregnancy should be associated with the positive pregnancy test. At the same time, you can see a yolk sac inside or a fetal pod developing inside, depending on the stage of the pregnancy. Question number 6. Which feature best differentiates a para-ovarian cyst? So A, ground glass echoes, B, internal vascularity, C, separate from the ovary, D, thick septations. So our best answer for this question is separate from the ovary. Explanation. Para-ovarian cysts are adjacent to but separate from the ovary, usually simple and thin-walled, move independently of the ovary. So that's why it is called a para means they are running parallel to the ovary, which is a para-ovarian. So it should not be within the ovary itself. That's why it is a para-ovarian cyst. Question number 7. There we have a cyst again with papillary excrescences inside. Then there is also internal vascularity that you are seeing there in the papillary projections. Which ultrasound feature is most suspicious for malignancy? A, posterior enhancement, B, thin walls, C, papillary projections with vascularity, D, anechoic fluid. So the best choice for this question is C, which is the papillary projections with vascularity. So the papillary projections are these ones, the masses that you see developing inside the cyst. So for you to make sure that they are growing masses or they're living tissue, we have to put Doppler and then you see that there's be blood flow inside. Otherwise, hemorrhage can also appear the same, but hemorrhage blood clots don't have a blood flow inside. So the explanation: suspicious features include solid components, papillary projections, internal blood flow, thick septa, and ascites. So those are the characteristic feature of malignancy or ovarian cancer. Question number 8. What does a retracting clot usually indicate? A, dermoid cyst, B, hemorrhagic ovarian cyst, C, para-ovarian cyst, D, hydrosalpinx. So the correct answer, you can see here, there's a retracted clot, the retracted clot that you're seeing there, retracted clot there that we have there. So the best option for this is B, which is the hemorrhagic ovarian cyst. Explanation: retracting clots change shape over time, lack Doppler flow, and may mimic mural nodules. So you must be very careful when you see this type of a configuration. You might also mistake this for malignant transformation, but if you put color Doppler there, you will see that there is no color flow on Doppler, and at the same time they change shape over time. So the clots, they change shape with the time because it's not a living tissue, it's only a clot of blood. Okay, so our best answer for this is a hemorrhagic ovarian cyst. Question number 9. Follicular cysts usually develop when A, the corpus luteum ruptures, B, a dominant follicle fails to rupture, C, endometriosis develops, D, an ectopic pregnancy occurs. So our best answer for this is a dominant follicle fails to rupture. So the explanation: follicular cysts are functional cysts, thin-walled, anechoic, usually less than 8 centimeters, often resolve spontaneously. So this is a characteristic follicular cyst due to a dominant follicle that fails to rupture, and they are functional cysts. They are thin-walled, anechoic, so they are benign and they normally resolve spontaneously on their own. So the last and final question, which ultrasound finding raises the strongest suspicion for ovarian torsion? A, ground glass echoes, B, simple cyst, C, enlarged ovary with peripheral follicles and reduced Doppler flow, D, posterior acoustic enhancement. So the best answer for this question is C, which is enlarged ovary with peripheral follicles and reduced Doppler flow. The explanation: features suggesting torsion are: 1. An enlarged edematous ovary, 2. Peripheral follicles, string of pills, then twisted vascular pedicle, which is called the Whipple sign, then absent or reduced venous or arterial flow, though flow can sometimes still be present depending on the magnitude of the torsion, of the twisting of the ovary. So basically, this is the morphology, the configuration that you get in an ovarian torsion. So this brings us to the end of our daily quiz challenge on ovarian cysts. I hope you've mastered useful traits. Then I also expect that you should share the knowledge. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification buttons so that when we upload new educational content, you will be notified. Thank you so much.